The heart of philosophy and self-improvement isn't just about accumulating knowledge. It's about equipping ourselves for life's unavoidable storms. The ultimate aim? To reach a state where, when adversity strikes, we can stand tall and declare, "This is my moment. I prepared for this." Life has always been, and will forever remain, unfair. Yet, its injustices don't fall evenly. They test each of us in unique ways. Consider Marcus Aurelius. He didn't choose the throne, nor did he ask to lose his father as a child, face plagues ravaging his empire, or endure betrayal by someone he trusted deeply. But through it all, he rose above, embodying strength and wisdom under pressure. Then there's Epictetus, whose story speaks volumes about resilience against unimaginable odds. Born into slavery during one of history's darkest periods, he had no say in his fate. Even after gaining freedom, exile awaited him. Yet, instead of succumbing to despair, Epictetus transformed his suffering into triumph, becoming one of history's most influential philosophers. His life reminds us that greatness often emerges from grappling with the uncontrollable, not merely surviving it, but mastering it. Resilience isn't just about enduring hardship. It's about emerging stronger, wiser, and more capable than before. And who better to guide us on this journey than Epictetus himself? Epictetus taught that the first step toward living a meaningful life lies in distinguishing between what we control and what we don't. On the surface, this idea seems simple, yet its implications are profound. Ask yourself daily, is this within my power? Will my actions or emotions alter the outcome? If the answer is no, release it. Worrying about things beyond your control drains precious energy you could channel into shaping what truly matters. Think of your energy as a finite resource, like currency. Every ounce spent fretting over external circumstances weakens your ability to invest in what you can change. This principle, central to Stoicism, empowers us to focus relentlessly on what we can influence, reclaiming our agency and strength. Each day, challenge yourself with critical questions to sharpen this mindset. Epictetus distilled life down to two core principles: persist and resist. Some trials demand endurance, even when they feel unbearable. Others require resistance, regardless of how seductive or daunting they may seem. These twin pillars, persistence and resistance, are the bedrock of discipline and self-mastery. When we command both, we unlock our potential to achieve extraordinary things. Discipline isn't optional. It's the cornerstone of growth. Whether striving for excellence in your career, nurturing relationships, or refining your character, self-discipline elevates every aspect of your life. It doesn't just make you better, it makes everything you do better. Reflecting on my own journey, I recall moving to New Orleans over a decade ago to write a book. A project I kept entirely to myself. Why? Two Stoic lessons guided me. First, as Epictetus advises, improvement requires embracing discomfort and appearing foolish if necessary. My priority was progress, not perception. Second, true Stoics act without fanfare. They let their work speak for itself. By focusing inward and committing to action rather than words, I embrace these timeless truths. Let them inspire you to persist, resist, transform. I wasn't interested in wasting time talking about my book. I wanted to pour every ounce of energy into actually writing it. When the announcement finally came, people were taken aback, but I had been content in my quiet focus, immersed entirely in the work before me. This is the Stoic path. We don't chase external validation or applause. Instead, we pursue mastery and growth. Through discipline and perseverance, we unlock our highest potential. And when life inevitably hurls its challenges at us, we are not merely surviving, we're thriving. Stoicism teaches that how we respond to adversity matters far more than the adversity itself. People often ask how I arrived where I am today, and the answer is straightforward: we did what needed to be done. We gave everything we had, learned from every experience, kept our sense of humor intact, and, above all, held on to our faith. Each step was shaped by deliberate choices to persevere, to grow, and to rise above hardship. But the real question isn't about how we did it. It's about how you choose to face your own struggles. How do you react when things get tough? How do you navigate the pressures bearing down on you? While much of life lies beyond our control, one thing remains firmly within our grasp: how we respond. One of the most profound teachings from the Stoic philosopher Epictetus is this: a prison is a place, a podium is a place. Born into slavery, Epictetus understood that while we cannot control our circumstances, we always possess the freedom to choose our response. Even shackled physically, our minds remain unbound, our will untouchable. Consider Admiral James Stockdale, who embodied this philosophy during his 7 grueling years as a prisoner of war in Vietnam. As he parachuted into enemy territory, he mentally prepared himself with these words: "I'm leaving the world of technology and entering the world of Epictetus." Despite enduring unimaginable suffering, Stockdale refused to surrender to despair. Instead, he chose to transform his pain into purpose, emerging as an extraordinary example of resilience and heroism. His story birthed the Stockdale paradox, the understanding that though we may not control what happens to us, we always control how we respond. For him, the greater the challenge, the deeper the opportunity for personal transformation. Epictetus saw this truth clearly. Though born a slave, he observed the so-called free Romans, those consumed by ambition and power, trapped by their own desires. He realized true freedom doesn't stem from external conditions, but from the ability to govern our inner world. While the world might bind us physically, it can never imprison our minds or strip away our power to choose. Stoicism reminds us that no matter our station in life, whether slave or emperor, we hold the freedom to decide our reactions, priorities, and attitudes. That's why Stoicism endures. It's not reserved for figures like Epictetus or Marcus Aurelius. It belongs to anyone seeking peace, resilience, and strength. Life will always bring hardship, but Stoicism reframes hardship not as something to fear, but as something to embrace. Like soldiers training in harsh winters for battles ahead, practicing Stoicism readies us for life's inevitable storms. When adversity strikes, rather than crumbling under its weight, we can say, "This is what I've prepared for." The question is, are you ready? Have you done the inner work necessary to withstand life's trials? Because those who prepare mentally and emotionally emerge stronger on the other side. Stoicism isn't just a collection of ideas, it's a way of life. And it's waiting for you to claim it as your own. Success doesn't fall into the laps of dreamers. It belongs to those who've put in the relentless hours, the tireless preparation, and the unwavering commitment to face whatever life throws their way. As Bill Bradley wisely pointed out, while you're standing still, someone else is putting in the work. And when your paths cross, they'll leave you behind. It's those who embrace sacrifice, who push through discomfort and persevere through challenges, who stand prepared when opportunity knocks. Preparation isn't just an edge, it's your shield, your foundation. The tale of Epictetus offers a powerful lesson here. One evening, as he sat quietly in his home, he heard the unmistakable sounds of an intruder. By the time he reached the room, the thief had already made off with his cherished silver lamp. But instead of reacting with anger or despair, Epictetus remained calm, reflecting, "Only what you truly possess can be taken from you." The next day, he replaced it with a simpler, less valuable lamp, choosing tranquility over attachment to material things. This story reveals a profound truth. Possessions carry a cost far greater than their price tags. Beyond maintenance or monetary value lies the hidden toll, the anxiety of loss, the fear of theft, the burden of ownership. The Stoics understood this deeply. They believed that real freedom emerges when we stop allowing our belongings to own us. Wealth, success, and fame may glitter enticingly, but they often bind us in chains of stress, insecurity, and comparison. True liberation comes not from acquiring more, but from valuing less. In training and work, the focus should never rest on external rewards or distant finish lines. Consider running a marathon, not for the glory of beating others, but for the sheer act of running itself. This intrinsic motivation, championed by the Stoics, centers on growth for its own sake, rather than seeking validation or applause. As Epictetus so eloquently put it, if you wish to triumph, compete only with yourself. This philosophy liberates you from the exhausting game of comparison and redirects your energy toward mastering your inner self. When you define your own race and set your own pace, failure becomes impossible because every step forward is progress. At the core of Stoicism lies one transformative skill: the ability to pause and reflect before reacting. How often do we let emotions hijack our decisions? How frequently do we act impulsively, driven by fleeting feelings rather than thoughtful consideration? Stoicism teaches us to step back, examine our emotions, and consciously choose how to respond. That deliberate pause, the Stoic concept of ruling reason, is where wisdom begins. Mastering your thoughts elevates you above the chaos of life, enabling you to navigate storms with poise and clarity. True happiness doesn't stem from external achievements. It flows from within, nurtured by personal growth and disciplined self-control. Just as Epictetus found joy in daily improvement, so too can we discover fulfillment in our journey toward becoming better versions of ourselves. This satisfaction transcends fleeting pleasures like wealth, status, or praise. It's the quiet contentment that arises when we know we're striving to reach our fullest potential. What the Stoics prized most was not control over the world, but mastery over themselves, their reactions, their thoughts, their emotions. When you learn to govern your mind, you unlock a deeper, enduring form of happiness. A happiness rooted not in the unpredictable whims of the outside world, but in the steadfast strength of your own resilience and resolve.